I'm happy to introduce my colleague, Professor P.Sunthar, who will be conducting 4 hands-on sessions on this software Moodle. Before I say something about Moodle, let me introduce Professor Sundar. Professor Sundar is with us in Chemical Engineering Department. He is faculty in Chemical Engineering Department for the last 10 years. He did his undergraduate from SICRI, his master's in Chemical Engineering from IIT Madras, his PhD from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and proceeded to do his postdoc in University of Monash in Australia. After that, he has joined IIT Bombay as a faculty. His area of research is fluid mechanics broadly, and many PhD students have benefited from his guidance. He has been very active in other activities other than the academics. He was vice chairman of GATE, and he was quite instrumental in entire moving of GATE to online exam system. So he was vice chairman when that thing happened, and he was quite instrumental in that. For the new NPIU faculty, we conducted workshops in which we had some sessions on Moodle. The purpose was that Moodle we have been using, it's a freeware which we have been using over last 10 years or so in IIT, and Moodle platform has transformed the way faculty interact with the students. The way even many times we conduct some of the quizzes, way submissions happen, and so on. So we suggested to NPIU that we'll not only have sessions for Moodle training, but we'll take it much beyond that. So we decided that we should not only train you or talk about Moodle and then people forget about it after they go back. So we thought we'll do proactively something. So we have set up this server here on which you can host your courses. So you learn something here, you go back and you can start hosting your courses. You can ask your students to register on IITB Moodle server, TechWeb server, and we'll provide all the support. We'll also provide you support to set up Moodle server in your institute if you want to do that through your TechWeb funding.
Hey, good afternoon and a very warm welcome back after the lunch. I hope you're not feeling too sleepy. I'll try to keep you engaged with little lecture and more of talking with you, hearing from you. So as Sachin pointed out, the objective of this session is to actually help you set up the courses. So we are going to, before that, can I have a quick count on how many of you have used Moodle? Used, not just heard. Okay, very good. We have got about 20 people. How many of you have heard about Moodle? Maybe a little more. Very good. Fine. So, Moodle is called as a learning management system. So, learning management system means it helps you make your courses online and also make most of the interactions with your students online. There are a lot of advantages to that. It's not that we are saying it's completely off the classroom, but it is a complementary activity to the classroom, and it's very useful when it is done in a complementary mode. Okay, so the way we are going to conduct these sessions are, today I am going to give a very broad overview of Moodle and its capabilities. But that will be very little. After that, we will all go to the lab. And using the information that you have given us through the Google form, how many of you have not filled the Google form, please? Okay, so I request you, those who have not filled the Google form, please find somebody else who has filled it and sit next to them for today's session. Today's session is very minimal because we expected this, many people wouldn't have filled. So you please sit next to somebody who has filled, okay, and then see the very initial basic activities. What we will do is today, after you can go home, from your mobile interface only you can fill this Google form, and then by tomorrow your accounts will be ready. Alright, so that much we can do for you today, but today you need to just manage with somebody else. Alright. So the way we are going to do this is through hands-on sessions only, mainly hands-on sessions, and the hands-on sessions are through a guided tutorial. So we have got a presentation which will look like this. So if you click on it and open, you will have a guided presentation step by step. Okay, you don't need to read what is there. I'm just telling you, on the left hand side there will be instructions, and on the right hand side you will see what is appearing on the screen. So you can do every step one by one, and that's what we'll be doing over this 4 days. So last time we thought we could give a lecture and people repeat, but that didn't work out. So this time we have made it very clear step-by-step instructions. We'll all be there. My team of Moodle developers are there, and there are many more who are familiar with it. So we'll be there to come and help you. We'll go to the computer room, computer labs, which is next building from here, and you will be working in the computer labs there, right? So all you need to do is to use the login information. Most of you would have got the login ID and password. So you have to just log in and reset it. So if you have your mobile, please access the mail and you can log in and reset the password. If not, some of us will come and help you change the password. But mostly for today, you don't worry a lot. If you find a partner who has got a login, please sit with them today. We'll sort out the login issues over the day today. Alright, so what is Moodle? So Moodle, in a very simple sense, is a course website. Okay, if you want to call it in a very simplistic manner, it is a course website. But it is not just a course website where only informations are given, but it is an entire activity that you normally take with pen and paper when you teach a course. Okay, so let us take an analogy of a student coming and joining your college. Okay, a student coming and joining your college, an equivalent activity here is called student registration. So student registers in Moodle first. Then academic section of your college decides which department they go, and they put them into some departments, and they have to take certain courses in each semester. So that is called as enrollment. So all that activity which was done offline also has an online equivalent. So students register first and they enroll to different courses. And from our point of view as teachers, we have been assigned courses. Like in the normal classroom, we have been assigned courses which we teach. Now all that we teach, here also we have assigned courses. The same number of courses that you have, you can completely map it here. So the number of courses you teach in the college, the same number of courses you can have it here. Now what will happen is, once you set up the course or the course web page, if you want to call it, all the students for that batch will be enrolled to that course. So once you enroll, you've got the classroom now. So just as you have this classroom here, you will have a Moodle classroom where all the students from your college are enrolled to that. And then you conduct the classes as usual in the classrooms. But suppose you want to give additional learning material, or suppose you want to give your lecture notes, PowerPoint presentation, okay? You want to post weekly assignments, all that, instead of putting in some Google Drive and asking them to download from there, what you can do is, it's neatly organized in this course web page. So the central interaction area is the course web page. Okay, so that is where we will begin with, and it is not just putting up material. There are more advanced things that happen, which is, just as students are submitting assignments to you, pen and paper assignments, instead of asking them to submit by paper, you can ask them to upload a file. And instead of you correcting with pen and paper, you can give the marks online. You can view their submission online and give the marks online. So every equivalent of what's happening offline can be done online. Okay, so that is the very, very broad purpose. You can give marks, you can conduct examinations like you conduct pen and paper examination, you can conduct online examinations, you can give marks, and you have assignments 20%, mid-sem 30%, end-sem 40%, project 10%, like that. Same way, you can give weightage to each of these things, and end of the semester you can give a total marks. So everything that is done online, this entire stuff is done through Moodle. So that's why it is called as a learning management system. So the entire learning of the student is managed by this one single interface. Okay, so that is the very broad overview. So the way we are going to conduct this, as I said, we have created a course where all the material which we are going to help you create courses is put. So this course is called as Moodle 101 Tutorials for Teachers. So here we have day 1 introduction, day 2 course settings, day 3 offline and online assignments, and day 4 online examination. So 4 very commonly used functionalities of Moodle are given here. Of course, there are another 20 more functionalities which is very few people use, but 80% to 90% of people in IIT Bombay use only these, which is why we want to stress this. So in these 4 days, we will help you create all these things through these tutorials. So as soon as you log in, okay, the login website, once you go to that computer, the website will already be there. Okay, so once you log into that website, so this is the website you will have, online courseware through TechWhip. So this is a TechWhip enabled online courseware for all the colleges under IIT Bombay. So as Sachin pointed out, what we are doing is, one of the feedback that we got from the teachers who came here in January, the new recruits who have joined your college, one of the feedback we got them was, some places we have good infrastructure, we can set up servers, but we do not have bandwidth. If you don't have the internet bandwidth, then how can students access from their hostels? Because most of the learning online happens outside. So if they come to college, of course they will have access to computers, but once they go home, how can they access? So that was one major feedback that we got. So that's why we have come up with this so-called service, where we have got a server. We are going to host your courses here. And since this is on the internet, and since your students, most of them have a good mobile data connection, you can easily access this site through your mobile. When students can access this site through the mobile, and they can access all the material that you are posting. So you can interact with the students online through IIT Bombay's this special Moodle server which is created for you, and that is called as this online courseware through TechWhip. So this is the login screen. So this is where you have to use your email address as the username and the password which you have set. So the first session we'll have some hiccups in getting inside and logging. So we will sort that out in the computer labs, right? So once you log into this, so you will see your name, this is my name, and then once you come down, you will see this course called Moodle 101 Tutorials for Teachers. So these are just 2 things you need to remember. All the others are there. Once you log in, all the details will be there. Just 2 things. You have to log in with your username and password and click on this course called Moodle 101. Okay, simple. Once you have come to this, so this is a course. Just as you will be having courses for your students, we are having course for you. So for this course alone, you are students. Okay, we are the teachers, right? But for the other courses, your own courses, you will become teachers. So those of you who have filled the Google forms, you will see that your course has also been created, in which you are the teachers. But that will come in day 2 or day 3. For today, we will just get used to the interface. Okay, so how do we carry out the tutorials? Once you log into the screen, you will see tutorial 01 in day 1. You simply have to click on that, right click and open in a new tab. No, see, the details that is coming on the screen is not very important. Okay, please remember just 2 things. Log in using your email address. Please write this down. This is the only thing you need to remember. Everything else is there on the screen. Log in using the email address you submitted in Google form. After login, you have to click on Moodle 101. Password, you would have got the password by email. If you didn't get the password, some of us will be there to come and help you reset the password. But once you log in, please click on this. Just remember 2 things. After login, Moodle 101 tutorials for teachers. Just click on that. After that, all the instructions are there on the screen. So you don't need to see what is there here on the screen. Okay, don't bother about if you cannot read from the back. This is not important. What is important is just these 2 things. Okay, then click on tutorial 01 of day 1. Okay, day 1, this is day 1, and in that there is a tutorial 01. If you click on that, you will get this. It's a presentation, it's a online slides show. So all the introduction and what you must do step by step is given there. To very minute detail is given. So you just need to read what is there on the left hand side, and the picture which will come on the screen is given on the right hand side. So it is a step by step tutorial which you need to follow. That's all. And we'll all be there. We'll come around and help you achieve it. Okay. So for today's session, we are simply going to get used to the Moodle interface. What are the different parts? Where are my courses? Okay. How do I send messages? Okay. Who are the other people logged in? Very simple things about Moodle. If you have your photographs, you can put your photograph. Very simple. Profile information and so. Just warming up. From tomorrow onwards, we will get students to inside the course and we can interact with them.